On January 14th, 2023, TikTok creator Sunshineable walked into the woods for a quick outfit video. Just a spin and a smile, nothing unusual. But as she twirled, the forest seemed to hold its breath. Behind her, between the trees, stood a dark figure. Still, silent, almost blending in. She didn't notice. But her camera did. The figure moved, barely, before vanishing without a sound. Then, the nearby brush began to shake violently. Panic took over. She grabbed her phone and ran.
Oh gosh, it's cold. The camera stand won't stay. Nope.
Some say it was a prank gone too far. Others point to its strange proportions and eerie silence. Maybe a person hiding. Maybe something else. Whatever it was, it made no sound. And somehow, that makes it worse. On November 13th, 2023, German outdoorswoman Vanessa Blank, creator of Wild Woman Bushcraft, headed to her private forest camp to continue a few simple projects. A drying rack, a small table, and a cooking area.
My name is Vanessa Blank from Wild Woman Bushcraft, and my plan was today to bring you with me in the forest to my forest camp because I had some projects planned that I want to finish today, and you would be able to accompany me. So I switch now to the start of the video because my camp was completely destroyed from someone, and the video is now completely different as I nicht dein Ernst. Komm hier, Eika. Hey. Das kann doch jetzt gar nicht dein Ernst sein.
It was meant to be another calm day in the woods, the kind her channel was known for. Peaceful, practical, and quiet. But when Vanessa arrived, something felt off. Her camp wasn't the same. Wooden walls were torn down, tools scattered, and pieces of her handmade furniture crushed into the dirt.
Das darf doch echt gar nicht wahr sein. Hörst du, das ist die Vanessa. Na, deswegen nicht. Ich bin gerade am...
Then, among the mess, she noticed a note. Her name was written across the top. Mrs. Blank, you learned nothing. The rest, almost unreadable, ended with 3 chilling words. We see us.
Nein, das ist pfui. So there is a notification with my name on it Mrs. Blank, learned nothing, short trousers, and then something I can't read. I'm not sure what really stand there. I wanna piss at you or I wanna visit you. It's such a ugly writing. I'm not sure if I read everything. So you was not there. What?
Nearby, she found a photograph of herself. Same backpack, same clothes. Whoever took it had been close.
A photo from me. It's the same backpack that I carry today, and it's very damaged. So I'm not sure if it's a wildlife track photo or not, because there is the date on it. But when it's not a wildlife camera photo, that means that this person was in my closer area and take a photo from me, walk behind me, wants to check where I am, what I do. Or I have no idea how they could otherwise find out at which day I am in the forest, because I have no special day. And that means that I have this shit again. I had it all in the past. I had a stalker that write me letters at my private address, which is something that nobody knows, which knows who I am, which knows the places where I was bushcrafting, and take photos of them and send it to me. Look, I found your new camp. And I had this all in the past. Everything.
Her dog began to growl, staring into the dark trees as the forest fell silent.
Close to the weapon, because you always mean that there's something around somebody. I don't want this shit anymore. I see no reason why I should stay here now, so I will pack my stuff and leave. And this paper will come with me. I made the mistake.
Vanessa packed her things and left, shaken but determined. On March 13th, 2025, solo traveler Beth Atencio, creator of Beth's Midlife Adventure, parked her van deep in Georgia's Blood Mountain wilderness. For days, it was peaceful. Just her cat Apollo, and the quiet hum of the creek beside her camp.
I hiked from all the way down there, came to this lower platform of the falls, and now I'm going to attempt to go all the way to the top of the falls.
After all the driving I've done recently and dealing with all the leak issues in Louisiana, I really needed a spot just to unwind. Finding free camping, though, in the South is definitely a bit more challenging compared to the West Coast, but I've managed to find a really good spot in the Blood Mountain Wilderness area. I was looking for somewhere deep in the woods with waterfalls nearby where there's not...
There and back. First time I've ever got a hike on the Appalachian Trail. It's been a dream of mine. I did some hiking on the Pacific Crest Trail, but have never been to the Appalachian Mountains. Everything is kind of dead right now, just because of the season. Some things are starting to bloom, but it's going to be a good hike.
But that calm shifted when a car suddenly pulled up behind her van. Two men stepped out and walked straight into her campsite without saying a word. One set up a tripod by the water. The other moved closer, too close.
So something crazy kind of happened today. I was actually sitting in my van. I am pretty deep in the Georgia woods. I'm doing something called dispersed camping out in a wildlife management area where you're allowed to park, like it's public land, certain spots in the woods, and you can find one that's open and camp there legally. So I've been out here for a couple days. I've just been all by myself out here. I'm in this area called Blood Mountain. This car parks behind me and a guy gets out.
He waved at her cat through the windshield, then leaned toward the side window where Beth sat inside. Her safe space no longer felt safe.
They're walking in between my fire ring that I have right there that has smoke coming up because I had a fire, and my door. And I see him walk up to my front window where Apollo is sitting in the front seat. And he is looking in the window, waving at Apollo, talking to him. And I'm like, I am right here. I'm right here working. He's right there in my window. It was so uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, he just saw the cat. He's going to move on. But no. Then he starts looking into my side window right here, my sliding door window. There's all this wide open space. Were they trying to intimidate me? Because if that's the case, it was working. He comes up to the foot of my bed where my window is by my feet and is looking into the window into my van. I went into fight or flight mode. And guys, I chose fight. Why did I choose fight? And I did something I should not have done. I opened my door. Hindsight, stupidest thing ever. But I went in there like, excuse me, can I help you? No, I cannot help them.
Acting on instinct, she opened her door and demanded to know what they were doing. The men claimed they were just curious about van conversions, but their tone was off. Too casual for how far they had intruded.
I am not going to take on 2 grown men by myself. That's just not going to happen. But that was my instinct. I'm disappointed in myself. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. My dad has a friend who had a school bus and did a conversion. I'm just always so interested in these, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to look inside. And I'm like, I'm working right now and I don't want to let my cat out. Hope you guys have a good day. Close my door. They leave. I lock my van right away. I wouldn't go up to somebody's house and look in their windows. Okay, I wouldn't even go into a parking lot and be looking in someone's car windows. I'm so thankful the situation was what it was. I do think that it was unintentional for any harm, but at the same time, I don't know them. I slept horrible.
When they finally left, Beth locked every door and kept her bear spray within reach. That night, unease settled over the camp. In her reflection later, Beth admitted this was the first time she truly felt unsafe in 3 years of travel. In the comments, viewers were shaken. I can't believe you didn't leave immediately. I can't believe you stayed another night, one wrote. By yourself, don't ever open your door, never. In the blistering Arizona desert, a solo traveler parked her van beneath the only tree for miles. One small patch of shade outside Tucson.
So, I am currently camping in the desert outside of Tucson on some BLM land because
It was supposed to be a quiet test run before heading to court site for the winter. Just her, the heat and silence. As she settled in, an ATV approached. A man stopped beside her van, saying he lived nearby and checked on campers to make sure they had water. His story felt strange. He had no water with him, only questions.
Yes, I am.
I'm just kind of checking.
Oh, okay. Are you a ranger or?
No, I just live close.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of come out and check, make sure, because I know there's a lot of people that come out here that don't have a lot.
I'm fine right now. I don't know if I'll stay here, but I just wanted to check it out and see. It's pretty hot though.
Do you do this, like, is this what you do for a living? Do you, like, travel around or what?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah?
Yep.
So
Gotta
how long
wait.
have you been doing this for?
I've been in the van for like almost a year, last November, so getting close. But I was traveling around in my car since 2020, so it's been a while.
So you've been a nomad for a while.
Yeah, so I'm used to it.
And you're enjoying it, I suppose.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, well, just so you know, so you're not worried, I drive by when I'm here. I actually work in Colorado. I live here, like a mile and a half from here.
Okay.
And so I kind of drive through when I'm here, just checking on people, making sure they got water, got what they need.
Cool.
He lingered, over-explaining his kindness, offering his home shower if she ever needed one. It didn't feel right.
So 2 years ago I started doing that. I started making myself open to people that were out here, giving them my name so they knew who I was, so they saw my face, and you know what? It's worked for me. Nobody steals shit from my house.
And what is your name?
Johnny. If you need water, I have a hose outside that runs all the time. You're willing to stop there, fill your water jugs, whatever you need. And those that I get to know well enough.
Hours later, he returned, warning that a man on the mountain was watching her through binoculars. He pointed toward a white truck in the distance and insisted she move her van to the other side of the hill. Every word made her skin crawl.
Hey,
Hi.
so you have a guy
Uh-huh.
on the mountain up there that is watching you with binoculars.
Okay, well, that's unnerving. Well, I guess I won't be staying.
Well, it's not that you can't stay. Just, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
The other side of the mountain is safer.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He's driving a older Dodge pickup, and he told me he comes out here and offers water
Uh-huh.
to people, but I would stay away from him. He told me he parks up there and looks around to see who might need water, who might need this, who might need that. So anyway, he's you see that white truck underneath the tree?
I'm
right
in the tree view, so
All right, come out here and I'll show you. Just so you know.
yeah, it's also just odd that there's not really anybody out here.
Get a good description of that truck.
It was a white truck.
The moment he left, she packed everything and sped away. Heart pounding, eyes fixed on the mirror.
I just drove as far as I could away from the desert BLM land. So the guy that I was talking about earlier, the one who stopped to see if I need water, came back. The thing is, after his first visit, I was not going to stay at the BLM land because I was just sensing some red flags and maybe.
Later, she admitted she couldn't shake the feeling he was the real danger all along. In the comments, viewers commented not to trust anyone in such situations. For Natalie Outdoors, camping alone is nothing new, but her wild camp on Northern Ireland's coastline would test her calm like never before.
So I'm sitting here making my dinner and I heard voices and I peeked out and I could see people from...
She set up her tent on a quiet cliffside, the ocean stretching endlessly below. The spot was perfect, peaceful, remote, and beautiful.
My hair tucked down in my jacket to try and make me look like a fella, because I've never camped here before. I was nervous about who was coming along because you have to go right round the side and away down here. But then I seen a guy, and then I heard kids, and then I seen the woman that was a couple and their children. They were so lovely, yarning away to me, asking did I do this all the time, and they were down Bloody Bridge last week. I was saying that I camp in the mornings.
As she cooked dinner, she noticed movement above. A family with children passed by, curious but kind. Their laughter briefly broke the silence before fading into the distance. Moments later, 4 teenage boys appeared. They lingered, whispering, then shouted threats, claiming they'd called the police because she wasn't allowed to camp there. Their voices echoed down the cliffs, and her stomach tightened. She was alone, with no easy way out.
So there was a group of 4 people coming towards the tent. I realised it was 4 teenage boys, and you could hear them whispering and getting on. I ended up poking my head out and saying hello, and they headed up the hill to the cliffs behind me. Now up that way it's access to a farm, so you can't, there's no public access up there, so I'm guessing they live there. But as they were walking up the hill, they all started shouting, "We're getting the police phoned, you're not allowed to camp there, we're ringing the police." So I could be in for an eventful night here. I don't know if the police will come down this far. I have to go right along the rocks and right down here. I don't know if a farmer from away up the cliff's going to come down, or they're going to come back, or what's going to happen. But yeah, came to the coast for a change of scenery, and possibly faint lights in the distance. Trying to zoom in. It's the ferry coming into Lauren Harbour. That is me in the bed. I can't see a comment of like what they were shouting. Couldn't see them going home and actually telling someone. I think it's just teens being teens. The ears open anyway.
When night fell, the sea began to rise. Waves crashed closer, creeping up the rocks. Between the ocean below and the boys' taunts above, sleep felt impossible.
Told off because I was also casually enjoying my dinner, because you're not allowed to eat and be scared. You're not allowed to go camping and be scared either. No. And also I whisper, which I know I whisper. I speak really low too. I am going to get mics. I'm recording all these on a really old iPhone with about 20 gig of space, and I have to record and edit on this iPhone. And I have no mics, I have nothing else, just winging it. So yeah, I will hopefully be here in the morning. Fingers crossed. Good night.
By morning, the tide had stopped just short of her tent. The boys never came back. Natalie packed her gear in silence, smiling with relief.
Yeah, police didn't come, and I didn't get washed away to sea, but wait till you see how close the water was to my tent. Right, so you can see that is where the sea came to. As always, guys, leave no trace. That is me all packed up. So peaceful here this morning. Like so peaceful.
Cassandra, known on TikTok for her cheerful lifestyle videos, wasn't used to fear. But one night, around 3 a.m., that changed. Inside her quiet cabin, she woke to strange sounds. Something scraping against wood. Faint but deliberate. At first, she thought it was an animal. Then came the slow, rhythmic tapping near her fence.
What the fuck is that?
She looked out the window and froze. A tall, shadowy figure stood just beyond the gate, completely still. It didn't move, but she felt it watching her. The gate shifted slightly, as if pushed. Heart pounding, Cassandra grabbed her phone and started recording. As the camera shook in her hands, the figure vanished. In its place stood a lone cat, staring directly at her. Before she could process it, a sudden knock thundered through her front door. Later, police drove by but found nothing. Yet viewers weren't convinced. Some claimed the figure had horns, others believed it changed form. Cassandra's video went viral, not for drama, but for her genuine fear.